Hey, what's up guys? John here, and in today's video I want to show you 3 pedal steel style guitar licks. I've been getting a lot of questions lately about country guitar, so I wanted to make a video and show you some of the techniques that I use. So we're going to be looking at pedal steel style guitar licks, and these are really great licks to play, especially for your fretting hand, because it requires a lot of strength. You have to bend notes, hold them in tune, and also play other notes as well. And so I think out of all the types of bending on guitar, whether it's like rock bending or blues bending, for me country is one of the hardest to do. So if you can do this, you're gonna go back to your rock and blues playing and the bends are gonna seem easier. All right, so one other thing I wanna talk about is the tone a little bit. I've got my Fender Telecaster here. I love this guitar. This is my main guitar. If you see a lot of my videos, you'll notice that I'm playing this electric a lot. And I'm in the bridge pickup for this sort of sound. So you could play the same sort of thing in the neck pickup, but it just doesn't quite have the same, that country sort of twang to it. So I like to be in that bridge pickup there. And then I will just add a little bit more treble than I usually would play with for this kind of sound. And then of course some reverb, and if you want a little slapback delay, maybe compression, but just start off with the right pickup choice and maybe a little bit of reverb and just boosting the treble a little bit. So the first lick that I'm going to show you is this one here. And you could use this for an ending, like on a country tune. It's just a classic country ending. We're going to start out on the open A string. We're going to play that note twice, and on the second one, we're going to play, after the second time, we're going to play the 3rd fret with our 3rd finger on that A string, and we'll slide up a half step. So we've got... Then we're going to go to the D string and play 2, 4, 2. And then go to the G string and play 2. So you've got... And you're really just outlining an A chord there. So this lick would go over an A chord or an A7. And then we're going to move up. I like to sort of visualize these shapes when I play pedal steel style licks. So I'm basing this next part of the lick off of this chord, which is like your A major bar chord at the 5th fret. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my pinky and I'm going to do a bar, barring the B and the E strings on the 5th fret. So you got both those there, and you can use your 3rd finger on the next note or your 2nd finger, whichever's comfortable for you. I like to use my 2nd finger on the 4th fret of the G string. So I'm going to bend that note up a whole step while playing those other 2 notes on the B and the E string, doing that bar. So I've got... And you're basically bending into an A major triad, which you may recognize from some of our Inside the Harmony episodes. Check those out if you want to learn chords, all on our channel for free. So that's the A shape there. And I like to use hybrid picking. So what that is I'm holding my pick, but then I also use my middle finger and my ring finger to play those other 2 strings. So rather than strumming through it like this, I'll put my middle finger on the B string and my ring finger on the E string. So I've got that sound, and I can pinch them all at the same time. So I'm going to do that little walk up, which is based off an A major chord. Then I'm going to do the pedal steel bend. And again, you want to try and make sure that you're in tune. So you don't want to be under, like... You could actually if you want a minor chord, but but we're going for that major sound because our chord is A7. So that's going to be our first lick. Now the second lick I'm going to show you goes way up to the 12th fret of the B string. It sounds like this. So we're going to play the 12th fret of the B string. I'll use my third finger, and we're going to bend it up a whole step. So we'll be bending that note B to C sharp. Then I'm going to take my fourth finger of my fretting hand, my pinky there, and grab the note 12 on the high E string. This I'll use my middle finger of my strumming hand. So I've got, and then I go back. So this note is bent up. You play the 12th fret with the high E, but you still keep that note bent. So again, this is where the challenge of these kind of licks are, is that you're bending this note and then you're playing other notes, but you have to keep, you don't want that. Sometimes what happens with students is like they bend up, and then when they go to play the other note, the bend kind of droops down. So you have to hold it, and then we're gonna trade out that 12 on the high E for the 10th fret of the high E. So we've got, so that's going to be a bend up, grab the first string, 12th fret, come back, pick the bent note, then still holding that bend, play the 10 on the high E, then pluck the bent note again and bring it down, and then resolve on 10 of the B string. So we've got, so this is just a basic idea. You know, you could be playing this over an A7. It's got a great country sound to it, and I'm thinking about these two notes of an A chord, really. That's another one just right there that you could do that's a variation. So, you know, just playing them both, but, or just like this. So there's a lot of variations to these. So that's lick number 2. Let me show you lick number 3. We're gonna move down and kind of play in between these two. So we've got the first one down here, had this shape, then we moved up to this shape. Now we're gonna go and connect it back up with our first one. So this is another variation. We're going to start off with our second finger on the 8th fret of the B string. We're going to bend that up a whole step. And then we use our pinky and grab a 9 on the high E. So holding that bent note, then bring it down and play the 5th fret. So on the B string. Then you're going to bend 7 on the B string. This time we're going to do a half step, which this is a cool sound. So all these licks so far have been whole steps, but now we're going to go. So it should sound like that. And then we finish with that first pedal steel bend again, but we're going to do it twice. Like that. So you just get that little. So all together. Alright you guys, well I hope that kickstarts your country guitar playing and shows you some new ideas. For more information, you can click the link below and get a free PDF. That's my gift to you for checking out this video. It's over 100 pages long. It's all about soloing on guitar. It's licks and exercises over major, minor, and dominant chords. You can get that for free in the link below. Make sure you take your time with these pedal steel bends. They're really demanding of your fretting hand, so be sure to take breaks. Have fun. We'll see you next time.